Okay.
We're
Hello.
done.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning from
Hello.
Hi. Good morning from Australia. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you are. I'm not knitting. I'm Joe Bob. I'm playing with my Kinder Surprise. I'm going to find out what I've got inside. Please introduce yourselves, ladies.
I'm Liz from Liz Clothier Designs and Therese.
I'm Therese from No Designs. Um,
And
Okay.
I'm Alissa. I'm Teresa's older kid. And
Yay!
you know, the ones that are dressed alike? Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you get that from?
It's like, which black t-shirt are we wearing today?
How about the blacker of the blacks? The not faded. No, I'm Alissa. I'm Teresa's older daughter and just here for a visit.
Yay!
So
And-
you're 15. You're 15 then, are you, Alissa?
Sure. Let's go with 15. That's a good number.
Yeah.
You
Well,
look
well,
15.
It makes me
Well-
younger too. Yeah.
That's why I was like,
Therese,
how do I answer this?
Therese is only 29, so
Yes.
that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Wow. Welcome, Alissa. Thanks for coming to knit with us. See, we're not too scary, are we?
No, thanks
No.
for having me. I've been watching your podcast since day one, and I very much enjoy listening to you guys. So it's a pleasure to
Awesome.
be here.
She's got
That's cute.
That's so Australia.
Love it.
No. How funny. How funny. So that was in one of my Kinder Surprises this week. Okay, I'll have to hang on to that one. Millie
what
pinched one
junk
of my
food are you
eggs.
what junk food are you eating today, Joe Bob?
I was wondering that too. And how
Yeah.
much did it cost?
Kinder Surprise. Well, I only brought 2 snacks. I wasn't going to eat in front of you all. So I've got my coffee. I didn't bring any American snacks today. I just brought my Kinder Surprises because I want to see what's inside. They're a couple of dollars. Kinder Surprise is a couple of dollars.
Don't choke on me.
Yeah, I was gonna say the ones here, they make it choke proof. They're not as fun as the UK versions.
That's because
Yeah. Well, this container is one piece, so that's good. It's child-proof, and I can't open it. There you go. So it's just one piece.
Well, that's good.
So that's okay. But then when you oh, look what else I got. I've had 2 Kinder Surprises.
Aw, Bambi.
Cute.
Bambi. I'm going to start a little collection. So I've just brought some Kinder Surprises for breakfast. But then before Mills just got out of the car to go to school, she saw them and took one. And she just sent me a photo. She got a turtle.
Aw.
So that's my surprise for today. That's what I'll be. And I got my coffee, as always. I do have a peanut snack mix, but I'm not going to crunch on that in front of you because I know how much. I had my Christmas breakfast with Therese last Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how much Therese hates listening to people eating.
Me too.
And what was I eating? Twinkies and I know. So no, I know how much Therese hates listening to me chew. So I'm not going to eat
Not
a
just
crunchy.
you, everybody.
It's like a trail mix with all different pieces in it, different ingredients in it.
That's healthy.
So no, I'm just going to inhale chocolate. I'll open
Sounds
this
like
one.
a good breakfast.
So Alyssa, are you a knitter or a crocheter?
I am very new to crocheting, actually. So
Yay.
Hang on, that looks like a monumental project in your lap that you just lifted.
it's my temperature blanket.
Oh my goodness.
Wow!
I regret it. I regret everything about this. I picked up this project because I saw it on TikTok and I was like, hey, that's a really cool idea. And I knew only how to do single crochet. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it single crochet because I'm using triple the amount of yarn. And this thing is a California king size. And it weighs right now,
Wow.
6 months in, it's about 8 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hot and it's sweaty. And
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I
Yep.
picked a decent year where the weather's kind of weird. So a lot of the bottom one is like 40s and then snow in June.
Yeah.
So I would do
That's
it completely
amazing.
different.
Those are cool,
Wow.
but I've never wanted to do one because
It's
Well-
a time commitment, and I'm 3 weeks behind because I have ADHD and jump from project to project. So I'm like, oh, I'll get to that, and then 3 weeks later, I'm 3 weeks behind, and I have to sit and do this until it's done.
Yeah, she gets it from me.
I have so many projects in works.
Wow. I'm sure I don't have ADHD, but I jump from project to project. And that's Stephanie Texas Peach Knits. Is that her?
Flip the stash.
I hate her. I hate her. My stash and I need to have therapy now. Really, seriously. We need to have therapy. Especially I've been looking through my knitting books. Oh, you want to see? Too bad if you don't, because I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the first jumper that I actually, like proper sweater that I knit for myself. I found the pattern book from 1987 when I was 3 years old. I knit. My mum convinced me that I could knit this. This is my first sweater project, and actually it gave me a lot of confidence. And then the next project I did was an Aran knit jumper for a friend. But because he's like 7 foot tall, I thought his arms were 7 feet long too. So he's such a sweetheart. He actually wore it just with the sleeves rolled up. He was great. And he wasn't close by. He was in Japan at the time, so I couldn't take it off him and fix it. And it was a pieced Aran weight jump. But anyway, sidebar, back to this. This is my first ever sweater that I knitted in cream acrylic with the cables.
I remember that sweater.
Yep.
Cute.
It's a Cleckheaton pattern in 12 ply. And you know what? Because I knit this in acrylic, it actually ended up being a sort of a boxy, relaxed shape. And I wore it everywhere. I killed it with kindness. But yeah, that's from this pattern book.
Fun.
Yep.
I can't believe I found that last night when I was fluffing my stash. And I found a book, you know, I don't know if any of you were watching Politically Incorrect Knitters
Always.
recently. Well, recently someone was talking, Deplorable Knitter was reading a storybook. And then I think Neil said something about green eggs and ham, or somebody on the panel said something about green eggs and ham.
That was me.
Yeah,
I
you're
said it-
supposed to read that, aren't you, Therese?
See, Neil will really like this book, so I know he is probably not watching, but when he watches this is a book from the 80s, I believe, and it came out with all these picture knits.
Oh.
Now, this,
Oh,
yeah,
God, I remember those.
I
Out
love
of
that cat
publication.
sweater. That cat sweater's awesome.
with the
I
picture
remember
knits,
those. Mm-hmm.
right? And so I have so many books in my collection, but there's one that made me think of Neil because he was Therese was talking about green eggs and ham, and I thought, oh, imagine if he knit. I should send him this. I mean, he'll never be. Oh, here it is. He'll never be able to get. Oh, he might be able to buy it on Etsy or somewhere secondhand. But look at this guy.
Oh, my goodness.
Awesome. That reminds me of Roseanne for some reason.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Roseanne would have, she would have some.
Why do you want to walk around with a giant sunny side up egg on your chest?
I would. That's
The
awesome.
80s. The 80s.
The 80s is awesome.
Well, you know that famous sweater that Princess Di had? The one with the little dog or the
koala.
sheep? No, the sheep ones. One that the red sweater that had all the white
one
sheep
black
and just
sheep.
the one black sheep.
Yeah.
They're auctioning
Oh, yeah,
it, and they're auctioning it off. It's supposed to go for like 88,000 pounds.
Wow. But I think Neil would really enjoy this book because I believe it's an English published book. And so he might, being his age of 103, he might even know the people who are in this. Like that man, that man is Martin Jarvis, distinguished actor, author, wit and raconteur, not a man to end up with egg on his face exactly. And so I think that a lot of the people and that's why I sort of collect these books. Oh, I know there's somebody in here I do know, only because, I read history books. Hang on. He would know these people. Richard Bryars. See, I think Neil would know this bloke.
Probably.
Yeah, so a lot of my pattern books I really have collected because they've had actors and TV, actresses and things like that from my preschool, kindergarten days. But yeah, I was thinking there's probably people in here here we go. I know that Neil would know who this is. Joanna Lumley.
Yep.
In her lovely horsey jumper there. Therese, there's one for you, Therese.
That's a great sweater.
Didn't she just become Dame Joanna or something not too long ago? I think she was
Joanna
just knighted.
How funny. What about this one for Neil? Sorry to keep going on, but every time I turn a page, what does it say? I'm a luxury. Can you read that? It says, I'm a luxury, and you're ready for the back of it? Because, of course, you got to do the back of it. You can afford.
That's fun.
I think that's cute. Anyway, so I think maybe I should find out from Neil's haters what his postal address is and send this to him. He might actually make one of these for himself. Bit of history, very cute.
You could probably get one of our dyers to give you his address. He's bought yarn from some of our good friends.
Oh, no. I'm sure that, because he and I are like this, he'll contact me. And I've got a few English Vogue knitting books from the 60s too that he might like.
Wow.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah, so this
I
is
love
what
the vintage ones.
Like. This is only a little book, right, compared to, so that's a UK version of the 60s. Gosh, there's some jumpers in here, I tell you, that are pretty similar to what we see today. So, Neil, get in contact with me, love, and I'll send that off to you. There's this is a UK Vogue knitting. This one look at that, UK Vogue knitting. They had a big book. That's one of the ones from the 60s. It might even be 61. There you go. Winter 1961. Long before any of us were around. There are some great knits in here. So I've been reminiscing and looking back through at all the early Vogues. And then I love this one because this is number 1 for Australian Vogue. That's issue number 1.
Wow. That's probably worth something.
75
Yeah,
cents?
it's a bit of history. Yeah. 75 cents back then.
Now they're like, what, $13 or something?
Can't remember. But, the year that this was done was probably 67 then, because we got rid of pennies and shillings and things like that in 66. So this has to be 1967, I'm guessing. But I know the years are in here. Like there's advertisements and things that tell us when the next publication's coming out. So, 1967. There's some beautiful patterns. And then I was thinking, oh, God, all I've done is talk, girls. We haven't even looked at knitting. Look at this. Remember when this came out?
Mm-hmm.
Vogue Knit One, 2007. Remember, I loved this when this came out. It was sort of had more modern take on patterns. But, really, really interesting. I love going back and looking at the ads for the different wool shops. And it's really interesting to see what sort of yarn companies have lasted the distance and how we reinvent patterns year after year, decade after decade. I could imagine Neil in this. Very trendy little helmet number there.
It would be something, that's for sure.
Actually, that's a Kathy Karen pattern. Kathy Karen's bearded ear flap helmet has you covered. Bad hair day in your galaxy. Wow, that is Kathy Karen. Go, girlfriend.
That just screams Neil.
2007.
What is that made out of?
How innovative was she? It says bearded ear flap worked from the top down in blue sky alpacas, which I have a ball of that in my stash. Sport weight, pony beads are knit in as you go along. Kathy Karen, you're a legend. Who is going to be knitting those beads in all the way through that helmet? But someone
No.
has one of those at home. What a clever lady. Innovative.
Wonder how many people were walking around with that on back in the day.
Yeah, not me, because I was only a toddler in 2007, but how amazing is that? Okay, so that's my look at the past. Thanks, Stephanie from Texas Peach Knits.
You don't hate her anymore?
I don't hate her because I found books that I forgot that I owned, and I'm now looking to the future. This is what I need to learn how to do.
Oh, nice.
Mary Mucklestone. This is a nice book.
Is that to go with your new yarn from Skeins?
No. No, that's to go. This is to go with other yarn. I want to have a play and practice some little Fair Isle, because I've done colour work, stranded and Tasha, but I've not played with actual patterns. And the Knitting Man podcast, he just inspires me to have a go. So that's it. Hey, thank you, Stephanie. I don't hate you anymore because I found a book that I really want to read properly and play along with. Oh, that's me. Anybody else got anything happening in their life this week?
Just getting ready for Shark Week. All our friends want to live stream and do all sorts of things, and
they can't handle me live.
Well, they're gonna have to.
That's right. We're
buckle up.
Yep.
This is Anne's big shark shenanigans. It should be a lot of fun.
Tell me the dates again, please.
The 11th through the 18th. From midnight to midnight.
What do we have to do?
Well, before the 11th or by the 11th, you have to commit to a project, and you have that entire week until midnight, whatever time, East Coast or whatever time they say, to finish it. Now, if you don't finish it, you have to videotape yourself frogging it and send that to them.
Oh, no.
And you get a sticker saying you were bitten.
Savage.
And if you do finish it, well, then you show it off. Now, you win either way, because either way you get stickers. Either you get a sticker saying you beat Shark Week, or a sticker saying you were bitten by the shark. So, and we're sponsoring it. A lot of our friends and other podcasts are sponsoring it, and you'll get stickers from all of our podcasts. So that's a lot of fun. And you know, Anne is mean, so of course she came up with this.
She is. She's. You know, she looks like a nice Midwestern girl. She's a beast.
She is. She's terrible to do this, but since we're all going to participate, we're kind of enabling it. So
good luck with that.
She's a beast. Anne, you're a beast. You're a beast. That's a new word now. I won't call you evil anymore, Anne. You're a beast. It's the quiet ones you've got to watch out for, right?
Right.
That's
it's
right.
Quiet ones. Yes.
Now, if you want all the details, they'll be in the current issue of Blocked magazine that came out yesterday. You can go to @Blocked magazine on Instagram and download it. It has all the details for the contest, or you can check out Politically Incorrect Knitters on their podcast, and they will go over the details. And our other friends, I'm sure, will talk about it too. So it should be a lot of fun.
Free magazine,
and the Beast.
Blocked is a free magazine.
Blocked is a free magazine, and it has some great designs, some great articles. It's for everybody and anyone who likes fiber art. We don't discriminate in Blocked, I'm pretty sure.
No. Discriminate against what? What's there to discriminate against when knitting? Actually, even crocheters, they have crochet patterns too, don't they?
Yeah, there's a crochet shawl pattern in this episode, this issue.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so there's a crochet shawl. There's a bunch of.
Oh, it's super cool. Alyssa, you got to look at it. It's super cool.
There's a bunch of hats. There's a bunch of hats. All sorts of things. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I do like reading.
I think there may be some future tutorials for reading crochet charts and things in future issues too. So that should be. Yeah, I've been crocheting for many, many, many years, and I don't do charts.
I look at it and I don't understand what I'm looking at.
I know how to read them. I just don't like them.
No,
okay.
Yeah, I can read them. I know what the symbols mean, but it's just easier for me to read instructions for crochet.
That's how I am too.
Knitting, I can do charts though. Aww. Joe's getting a menagerie there. So, Therese, I thought you were going to read Green Eggs and Ham.
Oh, my copy is, I loaned it to somebody.
I have a copy in the other room.
You do.
Probably her.
You do.
That you do.
Yes, since our friend DK read a lovely book the other day on their podcast.
Yes, she read the caterpillar one.
That's right.
The Hungry
Caterpillar.
I wonder if she was able to finish making all the food that she was making to go along with the book. So Alyssa, what kind of stuff have you been crocheting?
Well, I'm currently catching up on this blanket, which is a perfect opportunity because I'm just sitting here being occupied. But I started making this. Jaden, don't watch this. Started a circle granny square blanket.
Oh, cool.
But I'm having issues with it curling up, so I got to figure out why it's happening. But
it could be you're getting tighter.
Something.
Or there's not enough chain stitches. Maybe.
I'm not the frogging type, so I'll start over before pulling it apart.
That's understandable.
Let me grab this. I just finished this one. I wish I could wear these things now, but it's 100 degrees, so I made a giant hexie cardigan.
Very cool.
Still working on the hood part, but this thing is ginormous. And
that's going to keep it really warm.
The sleeves are like bell sleeves. Which way am I going?
Oh, I love it.
But
very
it's
cool.
A lot of yarn. It was like 8 skeins of yarn, and it's hot. No, I'm not dealing with that right now.
Just throws it.
Yeah.
I have my pile of things that I've made. I make it and then throw it in a laundry basket. But
you are never going to have a stash. You're never going to have a stash with all that yarn you use for crocheting.
I have so much going on. I have yarn, but I already have those planned out for other projects. But then I like to yarn shop, so that's one of my.
Everyone likes to yarn shop.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, we yarn window shop every day.
I'll be like, Mom, check this out. There's like an 80% sale. She's like, I don't need to know.
I'm like, I don't need to know this. I don't need to know about this.
Yeah, in our chat. In our chat, anytime anybody mentions that, Teresa's like, I don't need to know.
You don't need to know these things.
But
or I'll check and I'll be like, no, there wasn't anything good, so don't worry about it. But yeah.
So controversial question, perhaps. Are you crocheting only with acrylic, or are you using different blends of yarns?
So because I go through I go through a lot of projects a lot, and I spend way too much money to start things and then give up on it. So I want to get at least a year into crocheting to know that this is something I'm going to stick with before investing in the spendy nice stuff. So for now, I'm sticking with the higher end acrylics before jumping into all the fancy stuff you guys use. Because
what Mrs. Jones calls the premium acrylic.
Right.
Well,
the premium.
Yes.
And then I don't even know where I wouldn't even know where to start with what you guys use. So
well, you got to be aware with crochet takes up so much more yarn than knitting. So you have to be much more plan it out when you're using the higher end yarns for crochet.
Yeah, I kind of just wing a lot of stuff. So that's probably not for the best for me right now, but I've been looking at it and I see a ton that I like, and I'm like, I don't know right now. But I want to get this hobby at least another 6 months before making that decision, because
Yeah.
Who knows? The end of this summer,
So-
we'd be sick of it.
We don't like.
We don't judge.
I've been knitting for. Yeah, no, I've been knitting for over 35 years, and look, my latest
Before she was
acquisition
born.
is 80% acrylic.
He was knitting
That's
before
nice.
she was
I
born.
like that. That's my
Yeah, I know.
80%
color
acrylic.
style right there.
I still use acrylic for blankets for crochet because it's especially baby blankets because the last thing a new parent has to worry about is, hand washing a blanket and
Sure.
blocking it. No, just throw it in the washer and dryer.
It can go in the dryer.
That's right.
That's
I
a big
might-
thing for me.
I might have bought a sweater's quantity.
Maybe.
I like that color.
Oh, I like that color. Yeah.
I do too. That is pretty. What are you going to make?
A sweater's quantity, I just said, and hang on, and a different color just because I couldn't let.
Ooh, I like that.
I like
That's
that.
So what are you going to make?
I don't know. I'm sure something nice. One day.
Not a Penguono
sh-
station with that.
I don't know.
No,
It'd be
I didn't
pretty
get it.
though.
Enough.
It would be
What?
pretty.
Give me all the suggestions.
Yeah, if anyone has suggestions, put them in the comments for Joe Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a good yarn. I sent some of this over to some of our girlfriends when I did the Woke Bloke knit-along. Sierra 8-ply, it's Peyton's, 150
Yeah.
grams is 375 meters. It goes a long way, this yarn.
Nice. That's a good put up.
But I got 5 balls of the black and grey, and I got 1 ball of just a colour that I couldn't. It was the only one there, so I just brought it home because it was lonely.
She's an orphan.
It was an orphan. So sad. I just do my bit for the yarn world, and I'm brought it all home. So there you go. I don't need any more yarn. Did I say that last week?
When you
Yarn
talked
is not
your
about
yarn
need.
shed,
Joe,
yeah.
Joe, yarn is not about need. Yarn is
Not
about
yet.
want.
Mm,
It's a different thing entirely.
no, I
I
need
can't
yarn.
say that. I can't say I don't want any more yarn. I could not say that with good conscience, in good
That's a
conscience.
lie.
So I'll just say,
That's a dirty
yeah,
lie.
that's a lie. I'm such a liar. So no, you don't need to work with premium cashmere. Cashmere? Who's got cashmere? Somebody I know's
you
got
and I have to
cashmere.
sew it. Yeah, but go ahead.
You don't have to buy. Oh, how do we pronounce this now? I'm going to butcher it. Quiviet.
Kiviot?
I think it's
Kiviot.
Kiviot.
So there you go. So you don't need to knit with, my first sweater was acrylic, cream acrylic. And probably people were horrified. But no, I thought it was the best jumper in the world, and I wore it till it fell apart. And cream of all colours. Ugh.
My first
So
was
no.
acrylic too. The first one I crocheted was acrylic.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was trying to think. I think it was Jiffy.
Oh, Jiffy. Oh, I still have some of that somewhere.
Yeah. It was either Jiffy or Dazzle. It was either Jiffy or Dazzle Air, one or the other, because it was yarn my mom had.
That's
Yep.
vintage.
It was. It was a long time ago.
And
It
Therese
was-
says she's still. Therese didn't
still
say.
have some.
Hang on. Therese did not say I found some of that. Therese said I still have some of
I
that.
have some of that.
I don't think I have some of that anymore. I think I got rid of all the old stuff. But I do have quite a bit of acrylic because my husband's family, they keep having
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And honestly, like if you crochet, even sweaters, knitting, but if you crochet, it can be cost prohibitive to use wool. I mean, let's
absolutely.
just face it. If you, say a poncho for crochet is 1,500 yards at the minimum. Okay, buy
Wow.
1,500 yards of Cascade 220, which is pretty standard at what is that? 13
11 or 13 is
maybe?
dollars
Okay.
a skein. Yeah.
$11 a skein, 220 times what it gets up there,
Like $80.
Yeah. Well, not everybody can afford that. I would say most people.
No.
No. It's
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong. It's not, we're not talking about the old Red Heart anymore from the 70s that, would
came in 3
survive
colors.
war with cockroaches. I mean, we're not talking about that anymore. There's some really nice acrylics out there.
There are. And there's acrylic blends out there too, like Woolies.
Blends too.
And,
Yeah, I like merino wool.
Yeah, we all do. It's a thing.
Yes.
I do like
merino, alpaca.
Alpaca.
It's very nice. Bamboo.
Yeah,
nice.
you can elevate acrylic by adding other stuff to it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I have some bamboo, but I don't like the way it separates when I'm working with it, and then I get all kinds of mad, and then
it's splitty. Yeah,
it's splitting. I don't like when that happens. I don't have the patience.
Yeah, but that'll happen with merino too, though.
Yeah.
Depends how it's manufactured.
Mm-hmm.
Or superwash.
Plenty of sock yarn that's splitty out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So Therese, what are you doing?
So what are you working on, Therese? Yeah, Therese, what you working on?
I lied last week.
Please.
I'm a dirty liar.
Oh, okay.
I told y'all that you were not going to see this poncho for 3 months. And then I said, I want to work on that poncho. So that's what I started doing. I'm still working on the Murder Knits cardigan.
I know.
But, it's a project. And sometimes you just want to, I love cables. I love doing cables. But sometimes you just want to not have to look at stuff. You don't want to look at.
Oh, I know.
So I brought back out the poncho. It's getting bigger. And it's in acrylic. It's Hobby Lobby acrylic.
It's pretty.
So
yeah,
I'm almost done with the second skein, and I think it takes 4. So, it's just a mindless watching stuff, and you don't have to.
Yeah.
So that's. I also plied.
Nice.
This is a long drawn out thing. I know I showed the singles, and now I wanted to get them.
I love those
skeined up, but
is that for Pinguano Station?
It might be. It might
nice.
be. I haven't decided yet. It's the same size, it's the same weight as some other stuff I've spun. So it might be.
Nice.
Because, we gotta Pinguano Station is a priority.
It should be.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It should be.
You're
not going to do it, are you? You're not going to do it.
It's not a priority. I'm waiting for Stephen to come out with something amazing in a coat, and Therese will go, squirrel, and we'll be knitting something else instead.
Oh, geez, you know me so well.
I know you so well.
Well, because he does that.
I swear.
He does that.
You mind your own business.
I swear, she has the whole Stephen West collection.
Who was the one that started the whole Stephen West knit along last year?
Who was that lady? I'm trying to remember.
The year before.
Was
it
wasn't
me.
The year before. 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was
2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago?
Said,
yeah, it was our pandemic.
Yeah,
we pandemic knit along.
Yeah, but that was after. That was 2021.
I was locked down.
Joe was in lockdown. Remember?
Yeah, I was locked down. I was locked down in 21 for 4 months. Yeah, I was home for 4 months and I was bored, so went online shopping.
Oh, right. Last year we did that crazy BS one, mystery.
Yeah, I didn't finish that one.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I did shawlography. I finished shawlography, but I did not finish that one. I just didn't like it.
Shawlography Station. Sidebar.
Sorry, you're right. Station. Exactly, shawlography station. That's a mouthful.
Sorry,
but too bad Tabitha's not here to talk about the nip slips and shawlography station.
Right? Oh yeah.
Seriously, I had my dressing gown all ready for today. I've got my slippers on and she didn't show up. So I'm not wearing my dressing gown until she's here so she feels comfortable.
Okay.
You need
Well, maybe next week.
You need to borrow the mullet from Neil so you can be Tiger King.
I love the Tiger King.
You should watch Tabitha, our friend Tabitha from Murder Knits, and our friend Neil. They did an episode where they discussed Tiger King and they dressed for the part.
I like that.
It's on Blocked Magazine's YouTube channel. They dressed for the part and it was perfect.
Fantastic. That's great.
Neil needs a colored. He needs a mullet that's like a bright color.
Oh my gosh.
I
He
missed
killed
the
it
Tiger
for me.
King.
I can never watch that show again because all I see is Neil's face.
The mullet.
That mullet on Neil. I can't. I just can't. I just can't.
I like the
even.
yarn in Tabitha's hair, the skein of yarn.
I love that. It's so clever. But
is.
yeah, no, you won't see me in my pajamas until Tabitha comes. That's when I feel comfortable in my jammies knitting along.
We'll have to do a pajama party live stream
Yes.
sometime where everybody's in their pajamas.
We can wear our bathrobes.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Bathrobe. Dressing gown. We call it a dressing gown.
Dressing gown.
It's a gown.
We're not flash like you. We call it a bathrobe.
Yeah.
I thought dressing gown was like a fancy word for like dress attire.
Cinderella.
Yeah.
We don't have fancy words like aluminium, okay?
I died when I heard her say that.
Microwave.
Aluminium.
It's great.
We don't have those words.
Aluminium. I know. You're just missing out. You're just missing out.
I'm
We're
just
just
going to
throwing next over here.
Joe Bob, what have you been watching in Summer of Murder?
Oh, I've had nightmares. I tell you. It's, oh gosh, what haven't I been watching? I actually, because I'm hooked up with the Netflix, I'm hooked up with the Amazon Prime, I've got Disney Plus, and you know what? Just go to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I watch a lot on YouTube.
Yep.
Go to YouTube, type in true crime, and all your nightmares will happen. I have been watching so much true crime, I can't even tell you. Like, I can't even, I remember all the plots and all the things that happened, but, oh, no, I've been watching some shocking true crimes.
Joe, do you
I should have written them down, but, like,
I like the interrogation body cam video ones.
Those are my
favorite. with the stupid criminals, and it's like the one yesterday I watched. The guy was dumb. They had him on video, taking the woman, going in the woman's storage unit, carrying her body back to his storage unit, right?
oh.
And he didn't. And then they tell him, we have cameras. Yeah, I know. Did you ever go in her storage unit? Oh no. Was she ever in your storage unit? No. It's like they just told him they had him on camera.
Yikes.
I watched one last night, so I should write them down, but I've been binge watching them one after the other, and my hands are busy. So I watched one last night about a lovely grandmother who they believe was murdered by her son-in-law, and they've never put him in jail. They've never had enough evidence, even though he threatened to kill her, even though he excuse me, stalked her and upset her. No physical evidence. And he murdered her on her lounge, on her sofa, what you call a sofa, in her own home. Her daughter, who was previously married, had taken out AVOs. So, yeah, I'm watching a lot of true crime, and it's really awful stuff, and I can't stop.
Same.
Sorry, had to change earbuds.
I can't stop. But yeah, you don't need to subscribe to all of these channels to watch it, to join in.
Nope.
Just go to YouTube and type in true crime.
Well, and there's
there's a lot.
That
It's
Tubi
amazing.
and Freevee, and there's a bunch of free streaming things that have documentaries, and yeah.
I watched a few yesterday.
Yeah, there's a YouTube channel I watch every day. It's the Explore With Me. And
I've been watching all their videos. I love those.
It's just they're interrogating these people and just having the cops are having conversations with the criminals. And then I also like the Law and Crime Network channel. And then I also watch the Ask a Mortician because that's
I love her.
I do too.
I love her.
I love
because her videos are so uplifting.
They are.
You know, and it
talking about dead stuff, but hey.
But you know, everyone's going to die at some point. You know, It shouldn't be a scary, awful. You know, it's something people need to deal with. So why not deal with it ahead of time?
I agree. I love her. She's great.
Yeah, she is very good. I like the Explore channel because I found that 2 days ago.
Oh, I've been watching them for months. I think I watched every single video that's on their channel. I'm waiting for more.
Yeah, they do a really good job. I like the behavioral panelists too, which I found through Carrie Smith.
Yeah.
And they will analyze interviews and talk about what their body language shows.
Mm-hmm. That's fascinating to me too. I'm like, now I can do with a lot of things.
There's a few doozies. Like the Explore With Me, that one, I don't know if you saw the one with the woman who put her boyfriend in a suitcase.
Yep.
Oh my God. Yeah. And she thought she was just going to leave.
Just walk away with it.
Because she didn't intend to kill him. But there was no intent. Okay, but you still put him in a suitcase and let him suffocate to death. But there was no intent.
While he was swearing at her and screaming at her and begging her to let him out. Come on.
Yeah.
Hide and seek. Let's play hide and seek. How do you play hide and seek? By opening a suitcase in front of the person that you're hiding from and asking them to zip you up. I don't get that rule.
Hey, close your eyes and I'm gonna hide.
Yeah, She was a piece of work. She tried to take over the whole interview, and they're just like, you know, they showed her the video that she recorded of herself that she didn't remember, and she's like, "But we were laughing about it. We were having fun." And he's begging to get let out. It's like, I can't breathe. I'm like, it's a good thing most criminals are dumb, because
for real.
And the psychopaths and the stupid kids. It's like, you know, they make me mad because they waste their lives. And because I get when you're a teenager, everything is so important. And you think, you know, your world's going to end because they don't have the skills to realize, you know, this too shall pass. And, you know, they're so caught up in their own daily traumas. And I'm not talking about people with serious, like, trauma, but I'm just talking about typical teenagers who make stupid decisions, like killing people. And it's like, just walk away, you know, be smart. You might not like this person right now, but they're not going to be in your life your whole life. So move on. Don't kill them. You know, this one kid killed his grandparents.
Yeah, I just watched that one.
And it's like, I don't think he even knew why he did it. Because he immediately wished he had it. And it's like, you know, these lives are ruined. That stupid girl who killed her baby in the hospital.
I just watched that one too.
Did you see the video of her when she was cheerleading, like 9 months pregnant?
Yeah.
And claiming she didn't know she was pregnant? Please, everyone who went to the basketball game knew she was pregnant.
Yeah.
There's no way.
And then she went in the bathroom and whatever. And their mom's just like, I didn't even know she was pregnant. How did you not know?
The mom was a piece of work. I mean, obviously over involved in her child's life. But what got me is neither one of them asked about the baby.
Not one.
The only thing that the grandmother asked was, how big was he?
Yep. And he was
never any remorse, never any sorrow, nothing. Nope. Just, she gonna go to jail? It's like, yeah.
Obviously.
And then she didn't want to let the police take her daughter because they wouldn't show her the arrest warrant because their daughter's over 18. Legally, they can't show anyone else the arrest warrant. If she was a minor, it would be different. And the mom's just like, well, you need to show me the warrant. And they're like, we can't. Legally, we can't.
Right.
Well, you need to show it to me. It's like, lady, just go get your daughter.
Don't you
let her go to jail? But there's no way that they didn't know she's pregnant. I mean, granted.
There's no way.
I think she knew and she just put it out of her. If you saw her in that cheerleading outfit, there's no way in heck people did not know that girl was pregnant.
Oh, she just ate a big burrito.
and it kills me because it's a safe haven state. All she had to do was hand the baby over, and nothing would have happened to her.
Yep. Or the fire department, they'll take it.
Yeah, but she was in the literal hospital, and the poor charge nurse, he was just like practically in tears because he kept saying he didn't have a chance to save the baby.
No.
And
now he's ruined for the rest of his life. You know,
the cleaner lady, she recognized what it was, and she was broken up, but she looked like she'd seen a thing or two.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like they tell you you're pregnant and that you're in labor, and then you go to the bathroom and you put the baby in the trash, and you come back and you think you're not going to notice that you're not pregnant anymore.
And she tried to be slick by putting another plastic bag over it to like hide it underneath. It's like somebody's gonna take that trash out eventually.
But do you think maybe the doctor might notice that now she's not pregnant?
Wait a second.
15 minutes ago she was like.
She got rid of that burrito.
Well, and then they let her out on bail and they let her graduate and go to prom. And I'm sorry, that pissed me off.
No,
but she didn't go to her graduate. They wouldn't let her go to graduation. The school wouldn't let her go because they didn't want the controversy. But she went to prom. She and her boyfriend, the father, all smiles and all happy, like nothing had happened.
Yeah, that was a wild story.
That's twisted.
Yeah, it's the second one in New Mexico. There was one 2 years ago where they had a girl putting the baby in a dumpster, in the plastic bag in the dumpster, but the baby lived.
I saw that one too. And she was like,
people heard it. Some people dumpster diving heard it, and they saved the baby. And then she's in the interview, and she's like, "Well, can I have it back?"
No.
And the cop's like,
"Oops,
you're going to jail, right?" Like the suitcase lady, she's like, "And I promise, I'm never going to drink again." You're going to jail for life. I'm not going to drink again. That makes it all better because you're not going to drink again.
I wish I had a nickel for every time I said that,
Yeah.
On the bathroom floor at 2:00 in the morning. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry I did this.
What was I thinking? Oh, look, tequila.
Exactly.
That's my son's new favorite is tequila now.
Yeah.
Help us.
What are you working on?
Everything.
Liz? Are you over there working on something?
I am working on a project for Valentine's Day for next year. It will probably be in Blocks magazine. So
nice.
I can't really talk much about it. Neil and I talked about it a little bit, if he remembers, but that's the start of it. It's
he's old, so he might not remember.
Blue Barn Fiber. It's I found them on Etsy. They do amazing colorways, and this is their low tide.
That's
colorway.
Ooh.
It's really nice. They do these oil slit colorways that are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be Valentine's next year for Blocks.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Alyssa's hauling her blanket.
It's so sweaty.
I know. We've all been there. I made a blanket. The last blanket I made for my husband, I think, was 7 feet by 9.5 feet.
Uh-huh.
And when I weighed it, it was like 10.5 pounds or 15 pounds. He's over 6 foot tall, and and it got to the point where I couldn't flip the thing over anymore. And it's just like,
Alyssa, you need an IKEA cart.
I do. I really do. Just for this.
Then you can put it on top of it and then move it.
Wheel it around.
Because this thing is huge and it's only half done. So I think if I were to do another one, I would do like the smaller granny squares, and at the end of the year connect them all together. That's a little bit more feasible. So I think I might do that when I move.
I think if I ever do temperature, it's going to be cross stitch. And it's going to be one of those bookcase ones where you do one little book section each day.
Yep.
Because,
that'll be cool.
If I did temperature here, it would be 6 months of 90 and above, and then 6 months of 50. So it'd be pretty boring looking.
Yeah, mine right now it's showing like 90, 80, 70s, and then 50. So there's a random purple strip in the middle of that, and it's annoying.
But that makes it cool. I saw one the other day. This woman, I guess it was a TikTok video. I'm not on TikTok, but it was an article about it. And they showed her, and she was sitting down, and then she was sitting on a stool, and she was sitting on a counter, and then she was standing on a stool, and then she was at the top of her staircase.
And it was just huge.
All the way down to the ground in the second floor.
Yeah,
I guess she must have been using heavyweight yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things can get huge if you're not careful.
But what the hell are you going to do with a 16-foot blanket?
Look at
I don't understand.
I think you need to do that in fingering weight, or Alissa, size
Yeah.
1.
That's a good idea. Yeah. This is too much. But I have to stick to it and finish it. I can't just.
Of course you do.
Normally, I'd be like, you know what? No.
No.
No. I won't frog it. I'll just put it away. It won't exist anymore. But just sticking to it for once.
Well, there's always those projects that
I think
go into the mystery void.
the prettiest crochet project I've ever seen was at a fibre festival, and this lady had made herself a little pencil skirt, just straight up and down, elastic waist, and it was tiny little scraps made into tiny little granny squares.
Cute.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, I did a.
It was so pretty, and it was all mixed colours, and it was obviously leftovers of fingering wool, 4-ply wool, and it was absolutely beautiful. So much work.
I made a vest on it, and like the back of it's all granny squares. You can't really see it. It's black because I like black. But then I made the hood that matched. That one's like.
Oh, cool.
This one was a lot of work, and it started to fall apart. So then I got mad. It fell apart like right here. I guess I didn't tie it off right, and because I make knots and stuff, so got to figure out how to not do that.
So to speak.
Right. So there's a lot of knots hidden throughout all of my crochet because I'm not trying to figure out how to do it any other way.
See, I never use knots in crochet because my mom always told me you're not allowed. So that's how I learned. My grandmother's like, no, you don't make a knot. You leave the ends in.
See, I don't. That's too tedious. I dread weaving in the ends of this. So I'm probably just going to tassel this one because 360 different strands, no. And I guess
that's why you weave in as you go. Every few rows you weave them in.
I should have done that, but it's too late now.
Did we lose Joe Bob?
Yep.
We're losing her. She's still sort of there.
Just hanging on.
She off in a secret mission?
Oh, she's in witness protection, maybe.
Could be.
Or somebody was watching her and she had to move her car again.
Yeah.
No, she's still in the stream, so.
He was a creeper. It was some creepy guy.
She's like, bye.
Okay. There she is again. She's back.
Oh, having technical difficulties.
It's okay.
It happens all the time. Because,
It does. I'm sorry.
You're in the future. We have to deal with you being in the future. So, it's not like other podcasts. So I would have asked Neil to come, but it would have been midnight or later for him, I think. I would have asked Neil to come, but I think it would have been like 4 a.m. for him.
Yeah, it's late for him. We're going to have to, if we want him, we're going to have to push back. But then Joe Bob would be in the middle of the night, and it's just.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
I'm just going to resituate my mobile office because I think I need to move to a better location.
Okay.
All right. You mean you don't have people looking in your windows?
I don't know if you can hear me, but I can hear you girls. I'll be back.
Okay. We're here. Jocelyn.
Hi, Joe.
We'll have to get her to take us on a tour of her town again, like she did that one Zoom call we had.
That was fun.
That was fun. She was mean to me and Amy, telling all her neighbors we were drunk. We weren't drunk. We were just, having a beverage.
Having a beverage. I'm always having a beverage.
Me too.
We're adult. We're allowed to.
That's right. Well, physically, I'm an adult.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. Are you still 15? Because if Teresa's 29, then you're back to being 15 or 16.
Well, then if I'm 15, I got to stop admitting that I drink because then that's illegal. So you can't have that. Especially if it's
That's
going
true.
on the internet.
That's true. That is true. The other day I was at the store and we were buying wine. My daughter was with me, and the cashier's like, "Oh, she's not old enough." I'm like, "Oh, well, yeah, she is. She just turned 21, so I guess she is old enough. So we can buy her wine now."
21. That was a long time ago.
Yes.
Yep. Yes, it was.
Yeesh.
Oh,
I don't know. In my head, I'm still 17. So
except you're 17 with a lot more knowledge
right.
than you were when you were 17.
Oh boy, that could be dangerous because yeah. If I knew then,
But I do now.
Things would be a lot different.
Yep, they would. But what are you gonna do? Here she is.
Buy yarn. That's what
I
I'm gonna
yarn.
do.
That's what you're
What
gonna
I'm
do.
gonna do.
Yarn is therapy.
Can you hear us?
There she is.
Go, Bob. Future Joe, where are you? She can't hear us.
Joe of the future. Turn your volume on.
Joe Bob. Nope.
Uh-oh.
I don't think she realized she connected. Not looking.
Joe. Joe.
Joe, can you hear us?
No.
I don't think so. Let me turn her off and I'll put her back on.
Okay. Can you type to her? I don't know.
Okay. Joe, can you hear us? Joe, can you hear us?
No. Nope.
Well, there's always something on our podcast.
There's nothing wrong with that. It keeps it spicy.
Always.
That's why we don't edit, because we
That's the best,
see us as
though.
we are, and
Don't like it, then don't watch.
pretty much, we're not one of those fancy polished podcasts with ads, and
No.
that's not us.
We're not? What?
And I don't think any of our friends are either. I don't think anybody edits, do they? I mean,
No, I
Devin
don't think
might,
so.
but she probably edits. Lady McCurley.
Devin does, but she doesn't edit as much as some people do.
No. We don't even have a theme song.
You don't, when you go to a knit night or, whatever, in person, you don't edit. So,
Exactly. That's what this is. So, Therese, do you know what you're doing for Shark Week?
I don't know. I'm still thinking maybe a murder knit shawl in DK or worsted weight. I'm taking the easy route. It's okay.
That's fine.
I'm not frogging. I'm not frogging. I'm not gonna humiliate myself on camera. I do that all the time. So I'm not. Joe Bob.
Joe Bob. Joe.
No.
There she is. Can you hear us?
No.
Am I back?
Yay!
You're back.
No.
You're back. Hello.
That's so funny.
She can't hear us.
That's funny because I can't see me in the future. I can only see you guys. Hilarious.
Well, we can hear you again. So
Can you hear us?
I can hear you,
Can
Therese.
you hear us?
Is Alissa there?
Oh, okay.
I am here.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all
He's
here.
like Stevie Wonder in the future.
My connection is so bad today. I'm wondering, would it be easier if I went on Wi-Fi than mobile net? I don't know.
I don't know. Do you have a good Wi-Fi connection?
I could pinch a Wi-Fi connect. I mean, I could utilize a free Wi-Fi connection from places like the library or public
Mhm.
places.
Mm-hmm.
How
But can
bizarre!
you?
I don't know why. 1 minute it's perfect, and the next thing
Weird that
it's
you can't
gone.
see it. It's weird.
It's Wi-Fi. It's not supposed to be perfect yet. Maybe someday. I'm not going to hold my breath though.
Mm-mm.
I'm just gonna sit here and knit and pretend I can hear you, but my Wi-Fi keeps dropping you all out. I've got a frozen screen with Teresa's smiling face on it. That's cool. And Alyssa's smiling at me, and Liz is knitting, and that's all I can see.
Mm.
That's all we're doing.
Oh,
Can you hear us?
You know what? My screen.
Now she's frozen and gone.
Bye.
It happens, unfortunately. Can she drive her car close enough to the library though?
Yeah, go
Pick
to
up
the
your signal?
library. Go to the light. Go to the.
Oh Lord. It is Monday.
Yep.
Well, I brought my cashmere yarn that I talked about last week.
Oh
but
yes. Let me see it.
I want her to see it too.
Oh yeah.
You just put a picture in chat if we can't.
You're fancy. All right, let's try this again.
Okay.
My fancy
Hello, Joe?
cashmere.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Joe.
This is not a great chat
No.
for me today. You guys, I don't know if you can even hear me, but my screen looks like when you play the slot machines and everything goes, and then you get a picture, and then you do it again. And that's what I'm getting. So I'm getting frozen pictures, then moving
We can hear you.
pictures, and then frozen pictures again.
We can hear you. Hello, Joe?
I can't hear you guys, but what I am going to do is while you're chatting, I'm going to move to yet another location and see if that improves.
Okay.
Okay, make sure you turn off everything on your devices. Maybe she needs to restart her tablet or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. The locals probably think she's crazy driving around the park and parking her spot and then
Talking to herself.
Eating chocolate for breakfast.
At least she doesn't have the wine glass full of soda that looked like wine the other time. Someone asked, was she drinking wine? And she was Dr. Pepper, which she showed later on in the podcast. But, people at first are like, is she driving and drinking wine?
It's Australia. They do things different there.
That's right. The rules are different in Australia.
Their future's over there.
Well, it's a whole penal colony thing. You don't know.
As our pirate friend would say.
Yes.
He'd call her a criminal. Because, history and all that.
History.
Yep.
Since being on here with you guys, I've gotten 5 rows done. So I'm caught up.
See, when you're just chatting and doing it,
yep,
it makes you get work done.
Less painless.
Well, it might be easier if I wasn't alternating skeins, because that's a pain. But...
Yeah, I got a few over here, but it's been steadily 80, so I can stay in that color for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. None of the things I ever crocheted did I ever alternate a skein, because for pulling, to avoid pulling, I never ever did. And now it's so noticeable to me in knitting. I guess I just didn't care when I was crocheting sweaters. But
right.
That makes sense.
These are very different, so I have to. Oh yeah, and here's my Shark Week bag from Delightful Knits.
That's cute.
Shark Week.
Yeah. Shark Week.
You can join in Shark Week, Alyssa. You can do.
That's right.
Is that the one where I got to wreck something if I don't finish it? Yeah, no.
That's why you pick a project you can do in a week.
One
Can I
week.
pretend that I already did one?
Oh, you know what? I've seen you do. You did that purse. You did that purse. That was less than a week.
Oh, that black one?
Yeah.
That was like 3 days.
Right.
Well, there you go.
Do it.
Yeah.
Does it have to be a clothing item?
Nope.
It doesn't have to be. Nope.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be. It's whatever you choose to do.
Whatever you choose to do that you think that you can do in a week.
Okay. I think I can do that. I was thinking it was some like big
Nope.
project. I'm like, no,
Nope.
it'll take me a while.
It's just what you think you can get done in a week.
Oh, okay. Well, then sure.
But don't, not like, oh, I'm going to do a cup cozy, you know.
Right.
That's kind of cheating, you know.
I'll probably do another purse then. Because I
There
can
you
always
go.
do more. Yeah.
I want to do a purse so bad. I'm just.
The
Yeah,
only
basically.
thing I'm struggling with is trying to find a strap that doesn't stretch because
Right.
I made a purse and now it's an extra long crossbody, and I don't want that.
Are you crocheting the strap?
Yeah, I'm crocheting, but I'm doing a Tunisian, so I figured that was more tighter of a stitch, but it's still stretching.
It's gonna stretch. What you can do is get a cord and crochet around the cord.
Yeah, I saw that, or fishing line works too.
Mm-hmm. Or just do handles. Bag a Day has a new bag pattern, purse pattern.
Oh, I'll check her. I love her so much.
She actually does handles on that one. So
Crystal has the best patterns.
That chick.
She's
got
so
like
easy to follow.
1,100 tutorials. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they're all really easy to follow.
Yeah, and she's really cool about it. She's
very really casual, cool.
Okay, Anne made it home.
Oh, okay.
She just posted.
Nice.
Joe, can you hear us?
There she is.
She's back from her secret. She's back from witness protection.
Oh my goodness, that's awful. I'm so sorry.
No,
actually, Joe's a spy, and she has to get called off to do missions. So that's what happens when you lose track of her.
Yeah, she's
thank goodness I'm mobile.
Where did you park now?
Just on the roadside in town.
just lady.
I'm in a ditch somewhere.
I'm in a ditch somewhere less than half a mile from my original location.
Ditch, don't worry about it.
Okay, so Joe Bob, before you go away again, because who knows?
Yeah.
I brought my cashmere yarn that I talked about last time to show you. So,
please.
Oh, that is pretty.
It's a little blown out, but it's it's a teal color.
That's such
pretty.
a
wow.
color too.
This is the one that was.
That's beautiful.
I don't know if you there's a label. It was $2.99 a skein.
Wow.
No
Originally
way.
$47.
Wow.
So I found a pattern for it. Finally.
Yay.
So here's
the.
Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can. Can we? That way. Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
Triangle shawl, but it has a leaf motif down the spine.
That's so pretty.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's called,
and you have enough yardage?
Very nice.
Yes, I do. It's called the. Hold on. I'm old. Ceniza shawl. CENIZA.
So what weight is that?
That's going to be a future. Well, if we're not doing Penguano, then maybe I can do that instead.
What weight is it?
Penguano Station. The pattern calls for, I think, DK or sport, and this, I don't know. It says on Ravelry, it says it's DK, but I think it's more sport.
What's the yardage?
There's 200 per skein. I have 4, and the pattern calls for 7 and change, 750, 780. So I have enough.
Is that 100 gram skein?
Yeah, looks like. Or is it 80 grams?
Numbers, math, whatever.
Not our skills.
55 grams is 200
Oh,
yards.
okay. That's more
Oh.
like fingering.
It's a sport, I would say. Heavy finger. I hate to say
Heavy
that.
fingering a sport, yeah.
Yeah, it's heavy fingering to a sport. You know what? It doesn't, because I'm like Joe. I wear my shawls. I don't wear my shawls over my back. I wear them like a bandana. So if I have to cut
Like
it
a
short,
bandana,
now, if
yeah.
it's not as big as this, that's okay. I don't need
Okay.
it giant.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
It's like when I do Stephen West patterns, I don't do the giant one because I don't wear them like that. So it's just too much fabric. You got all this stuff in your front. So that's a future.
Are you guys tabling in Guano Station this year?
I don't know. I was just informed that it was not a priority.
It's not a priority. We've only waited 2 years. It's not a priority. I'm blaming Stephanie from Texas Peach Knits. It's all her fault.
Poor Steph.
I just keep flipping the stash and finding other things I want to knit. I want to cast on.
I know. Me too.
Now, Joe, are you knitting with your neon yellow yarn?
Yeah. Are you put your sunglasses on? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Woo.
Woo. That's
Nice.
pretty.
That's a nice neon.
It's a nice Steelers color. Way to go.
I've never seen the Steelers wear that color yellow.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
shitty yellow.
Yes, they do.
Neon?
It's bright yellow.
What am
What's
I going
the
to
other
make with
color?
this? Sorry, the other color.
The one you're holding with it, the lady dye one
The contrast.
or whatever.
Oh, it's a
contrast.
speckle, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not really. I wouldn't call it a speckle. I call it wiping the bottom of the dye pan. A mop. It's a mop.
That'll work. That'll work good though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That'll look pretty.
Oh, that'll be so summery and so spring.
Uh-huh.
I like that.
Yeah.
What? I
You
know
think
you're
it's
going
winter
to
for
winter.
you.
I know that.
I don't know what it'll be, but this is not a speckle. This is a smudge, a stain on my yarn. I don't know. And I'm being highly critical, but it could turn out to be very beautiful, and that's a goal. I like this. I keep bringing this out of my stash. You've seen this before. Do you like this? I really like this.
Yeah. Is that Sweet Mountain?
Sweet Mountain Craft.
Yep.
The Crystal Low. I really like this.
That's
and I
pretty.
keep putting it back in the tub. I've got 2 skeins of this colour.
Is that the one you took the picture
Iris.
from? Is that from your picture?
Yeah, this is. Yeah. This is. Here, I've got 2. So yeah, this is. I love this. I keep pulling it out, thinking I should make some long socks.
Ooh.
I don't want to hide it. Like, yeah,
No.
I like it. I might make a shawl of this too.
That'd be pretty.
See, that's why I just can't get motivated to do the Penguano Station coat, because I keep looking in my stash and finding all these beautiful yarns that I've purchased.
Okay.
That have to be something that I want to wear. I don't know.
Well,
I keep pulling that out.
That'll give me time to spin more for it. Because I kind of like the idea.
Oh,
I kind of like the idea of doing it entirely hand spun. What?
That'd be
sorry.
cool.
Yeah, I want to do mine entirely in hand spun too. This is product of USA, hand dyed in Cody, Wyoming. This is Crystal Low from Sweet Mountain Crafts. You've got to check her out. She's awesome. I've got a tub of her yarn too.
She's a yarn dyer and she owns a shop. She's awesome.
She owns a store now. And you know what I still have too that I haven't. This colourway of hers as well. You'll recognise this.
pretty.
Yep.
Because you've all
That's
probably
pretty.
knit it, and I still haven't yet. Yeah.
I haven't knit it. Is that the murder
The
knits?
murder knit set.
I haven't
Oh,
knit mine
Yeah,
yet.
you haven't
I
done
still
yours
haven't
yet?
done. Nope. Nope. I hadn't figured out what I was going to do with it yet.
Turn down.
Mine's DK sock. Mine says DK. I think a hat, but I still haven't
That'd
done
be
it yet.
pretty.
Yeah. So it's Stephanie's fault. I really don't like Stephanie anymore. I really don't.
Stephanie's getting all the blame this week. Last week it was Anne.
I was going to say, Anne's probably relieved right now that she's off the hook.
Anne's a beast. Anne's
She
a
will when
beast.
she sees us.
I
She
just
made it
keep
home safely, though.
Oh, this one too. Look, this is terrible. I don't want to sleep anymore. I just want to knit. This is black wattle.
I felt that in my soul. Oh, everyone
This is
asleep.
alpaca. Look at this. Look at these purple. Oh no, you don't like the purples, do you, Therese?
She doesn't
Purple
like them
and
with
black.
yellow.
I
Oh,
don't
I
like
love
it in
that.
winter.
I love that.
That's
You
pretty.
like it, Alissa?
Oh,
Which
that's
one
This
is that?
is
color, yeah.
alpaca, merino, and nylon from Black
Ooh.
Wattle Yarn. This is really nice.
That
I
is
can't-
pretty.
Yeah, but now that I've fluffed the stash, I can't put it back in the tub. So it's all insulating my car now. I can't sleep. I've just got to have all the wool out now and look at it and touch it and sniff it and squish it. Oh, do you like my bag? Do you like my bag?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
That's cute.
You know who would like that would be Carrie Smith.
Yes.
How cool is that bag? It's huge. I mean, it's massive bag.
Is that
That's
vintage?
so you, Joe.
Yeah, it looks vintage.
It does.
I've had it for a long time. Yes, it's a very summery with the frangipanis and the hibiscus and the guys with their lovely golden tans. This guy's even got a hat on. He's sun safe. There you go.
Unsafe.
I've had that bag for a long time. That bag maker doesn't make bags anymore. I can't find her or him or they or them any longer. But I'm just knitting on this week. I've done, where is it? I haven't cast off yet, Liz, but I've been working on your test knit.
Yeah, I know. I like those colors.
I love the colors.
I might have
I
to go
love the
back and
colors.
tweak. I may have to go back and change things now that I've gotten input from my favorite test knitter.
Yeah, I love
What are
the
you
colors.
talking about?
So you gave me input on it.
I haven't cast off yet, but thank you very much. Yes, I'm going to give you some feedback on that one. I love
I know.
Feather and Fan. I love the colour. I was thinking, have you done one in solids yet?
No?
Because I do like this. This one is a speckled one from Tiger Lily. It's really pretty, but I'd love to see one in solids, both solids. Like often your mini is a solid to do heels and toes with and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be really nice to see how it looks in two solids.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
I
I've
have-
not done it in a solid.
I have finished that bar the cast on, and then I still haven't finished my gift knit yet because I'm slack.
Oh,
I know, I've been slack. So I think I'll make it a goal to finish my test knit by next week. Oh, not test
Okay.
knit, gift knit, sorry.
yeah.
So I
your
wanted to
your
finish your test knit in a week, and I achieved that. And now I've got to finish the gift knit in a week, and then I'm going to take my time working on this because this is for me.
That's so pretty.
Thank you. And then I want to cast on all the sweaters. Oh, but I've got Shark Week. Puts a wrench in my plans.
Aren't you doing a hat or something like that?
I'm definitely doing a hat. Definitely. Oh, I went down that rabbit hole last night too because I'm not on Pinterest. But when I Googled shark knits, all these Pinterest pages came up.
Mm-hmm.
Lots and lots. I mean, I'm talking shark-shaped hats, all the beautiful toy fish with all the pretty colours.
Yeah.
Toys are beautiful. The fish toys are gorgeous. I'm tempted to make some of those just for fun.
I saw
That would be
a
fun.
pattern for a pair of socks that it looks like the shark is biting your ankle. I love those.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
No, this is the color. This is with the one I did was with the two with Tina's yarn.
That's pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And my
really
shark
like those
fin.
colours. So your mini's tonal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
It's her misunderstood Shark Week colorway.
Oh,
She's gonna have sets. She's gonna have sets on her website.
you know, I watched her diet. Oh, I watched her on
I
YouTube,
know.
of course, this week. I watch her every week. And when she did her
Yeah.
misunderstood, I was thinking about the conversation that you and I have had before where you said shark is this lovely and misunderstood. And I'm like, how are they misunderstood? Seriously.
But you
Are
live
they
in Australia,
easy?
so it's different.
I don't know. That's like some of our friends own pet snakes. And I'm like, no, thank you. I'm not coming in your home ever. Never.
Well, the snakes where you live are deadly, Joe. Nobody wants them as pets.
Not all of them. We have carpet pythons and children's pythons and things like that, but just no.
My knowledge
thank
of
you.
snakes is that they're all snakes. I could not name. And what's your name? I don't know. I don't know what kind of snake you are. You're just a snake. And
No,
so
I
yeah,
had.
I lump them all into the same category. Snake.
Well, see, the difference is Therese. Your kids are older than mine, so when they were little, there wasn't Discovery Channel like there was when mine were. So I know lots of snakes from watching Discovery Channel with my kids back in the day. All the animals. We used to have a Discovery store in the mall I worked in, and at holidays, if you bought a certain amount of money, you would get a set of DVDs. So I had
Yeah.
like 3 seasons worth of Shark Week DVDs.
Nice.
And then
wow.
anytime we went on a road trip, we would take the DVDs and the kids would watch them in the back of the car.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's your fault. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Jaws hooked me. That's my favorite movie or second favorite movie. And after I saw that first time, and I was probably too young to see it the first time, so I saw it in the theater when it came out. And
Jaws? Yeah, I saw it in the theater.
Yep. The best marketing campaign ever for any movie was for Jaws 2, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. That was the best marketing campaign ever. But,
I remember seeing all of them. My dad took me to an old movie theatre. I think it was in the army barracks where he worked. And they were showing all of them in one afternoon, like a little Jaws.
Oh, wow.
And that's the first time I watched that and never again.
Well, the first one's good. The second one's less good. The third one is ridiculous, the 3D. And the fourth one is just, we saw that one in the theater with the 3D glasses. So that was very, a big deal at the time. And then the fourth one is utterly ridiculous.
Yes.
It's so bad. The shark follows her to the Bahamas or something from New York. Or Massachusetts.
Yeah.
It's like a Michael Myers shark or something.
Yes. They killed the baby shark, so the mother shark followed them or something. I don't know. It was,
Mother's revenge.
Yeah, something like that.
That is the Sharknado movies. Those.
Oh, Sharknadoes are hilarious. I watched the first two. And then I couldn't after those. But it's like, by the time the third Jaws came around, I realized why Roy Scheider wasn't in it anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like he's like, no wonder they let his character get killed off.
Right.
They're getting really bad.
Yeah. Actually, that would be funny, a sniffer shark. But Mother, isn't that a movie on Netflix that I just watched recently with Jennifer? That was a good movie. That was, I really enjoyed that movie. Oh, that was such a good movie. I'm such a harsh critic of movies, and that was a really good movie. That one had me in tears at the end for a little minute. That was good. Watch that one.
Was that Jennifer Lawrence?
No. I'm thinking Lopez. Who's the dancer? The singer, the dancer.
Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez.
That one. That was she is so good in that action movie. Yeah, it was really good. I thought it was great.
Better than the book club?
Oh, the book club. I still have this image of a skeleton with a big bobblehead in a gaudy suit. Thank you, Jane Fonda. Gosh, that was horrible. Yeah, Mother was really good. The Netflix, yeah. I really, really enjoyed that movie. I was really surprised at how good she was in an action movie, but perhaps I just haven't, she was made in Manhattan and all that sort of thing, wasn't she?
Yeah, all the rom-coms.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
The Wedding
she's a
Planner.
great actress.
She was really good in that movie Enough, too. That was
Yes.
Yes. Enough was good.
That was so good.
Selena was good. She was good now.
Oh, yeah, she was good enough.
So I'm really enjoying her movies.
We watched the 2 Extraction movies on Netflix, which were way better than I expected.
Yeah, they
were actually way better than I expected because there's actually but there's actually more plot and they're more not your typical action movies because the characters actually show that they get hurt when they get shot.
Yeah,
like most of them where they get shot 40 times yet they're still running out the bad guy. This one, no. I mean, the injuries actually, were a thing.
Yeah.
And I like Chris Hemsworth. He did a good job.
Did you like the Aussie accent and all his sarcasm and funny lines? Mate?
There's no funny in that one.
Yeah.
Oh, then you missed his humor then, because there's some throwaway things that he says, and I'm like having a giggle, going, "Okay, you're a bit corny," but you didn't get the humor in it, in the things that he would say.
Well, there's some, but it's not real. Neither one of them are really funny movies.
Oh,
I mean, there's.
Yeah, no, I don't mean like Eddie Murphy funny. I mean like sarcastic funny.
Well, no, yeah, that I got. Yeah, I'm just.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot of smiling and laughing in either movie. Sure.
No. Yeah, no, I don't mean Adam Sandler funny.
No. Has Adam Sandler made a movie in here recently?
He doesn't need to. He's a legend. He's like Jerry Seinfeld to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just funny. Hey, I should be doing driving in cars with comedians. I should be doing the
driving in cars with knitters.
I love that. That's fun.
Well, if we were closer, we could.
Driving around, picking up knitters, locking the car doors so they can't escape, and interviewing them.
Sounds like a true crime special.
Right? Kidnapping knitters or something.
That's it. Kidnapping knitters. I love that. A series coming to you soon from Knitnitepodcast.
Can't you see her? What do you mean you don't knit? What do you mean you only crochet? Get out.
Get out.
Could you imagine driving along and putting the window down and holding the skein or holding the ball out the window going, would you like to come with me for a drive?
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Would you like some candy? Would you like some candy?
Would you like some coffee and some wool?
Knitter ends up in the bottom of a well with a little dog,
putting lotion
and a finished object.
You should write a short story for the a short story competition. Yeah.
You can't leave until
about
you finish the project.
The granny knitter killer, Joe Bob, on the hunt, enticing unsuspecting crafters with special skeins of yarn.
She does it for the yarn.
For the thrill of the bind off. Wow, that's opened up a whole can of worms now.
I can hear the news broadcast now. If you're a knitter, beware.
Yeah.
There's a serial knitter on the loose.
Promising strings of yarn.
A serial stitcher. Serial stitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You
Oh,
could
yeah,
get
Imagine a short clip with Neil with his mullet.
Yes. Neil and Tabitha can talk about you.
And that beast
No, that would
Annie.
no. Oh my God, that would be the perfect if they did an episode on April Fool's Day. They could talk like it was a serious episode about the killer knitter.
That would be awesome.
And they could show pictures of all the different knitters we know, like dead with yarn all over.
You can be like Pennywise down in the sewer.
Pennywise.
Yarn outline. Yarn outline.
You'll knit.
Imagine Neil in a
all
tuxedo.
We all knit down here.
Imagine Neil as James Bond in a tuxedo. Sean Connery impersonator.
He's got the accent, that's for sure.
Oh my God, he's gonna kill me.
No, they could be. No, they could be. Tabitha could be Jessica
Miss
Fletcher.
Moneypenny.
Oh yeah.
Miss Moneypenny? Her with her bloody yarn stash. Yeah, Miss Spendy Penny. That's what I'd call her, Spendy Penny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm
Oh,
crying.
Lord.
Oh my
Sadly, we're not close enough to actually put this into production. That would be
Neil
hilarious.
could be Eddie Murphy. He could be like an Eddie Murphy character, and he could come on screen as a black woman in a, like one of the models in a sequin gown, and then it could be, because he identifies. Yes, very seriously, he identifies as the black woman. So I could see him in a gorgeous figure-hugging sequin gown and high heels. As one of those glamorous girls.
You know that. He's going to.
Hey, he's got to find me and he's got to catch me.
Well, you're in Wales, so he's close by.
That's
I'm
right.
in New South Wales. That's south of the normal old Wales. Oh, kill me now. He's going. Oh, this is why I need to be in the witness protection. I need to be.
Real. Yeah.
I wonder if they're doing knitting wars this week, because if they are, I know what the topic's going to be.
Tomorrow, right? Yeah.
If they do it, it's
Never
tomorrow.
going to mention me.
Last week.
They did one last week, so there won't be one. It'll be next week.
Oh, I'm crying. They're never going to mention. My name will be banned.
He did
Joe
ask
Bob
in
is
chat.
banned.
Neil did ask in chat, Joe, if you lived in your car.
Yes.
You had all your stuff in your car.
She's homeless. Yes, Neil.
You had all the yarn and everything in your car.
GoFundMe. Neil needs to set up a GoFundMe for you because you need money. $100,000, I think, will get you what you need.
I think so.
Get me out of my mobile home into a mobile camper. I have got a travel pillow and a sleeping bag in the bag. Oh my gosh.
The nomad knitter.
I've got a blanket.
Oh, listen, look.
I love
Look
that.
at Joe's blanket. Look.
I love it.
I have one like that my aunt made.
I'm gonna have
It's
to
not
make
my
one.
blanket. It's a blanket I found because I can't leave them at the charity shops.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Take that.
No, and the
Roseanne
classic.
blanket.
Yeah, my mom had one that was like that my aunt made with the black border and the multicolored squares like that. Yeah.
I love that.
Mhm.
It's beautiful. No, I found
Very
this at
nice.
a charity store. Look, it's covered in cat hair and dog hair and my hair.
It's
My hair.
It's 70s.
Mine's covered in
It's
cat hair.
it's 70s crochet. It's the perfect 70s crochet
I
blanket.
love granny squares. They're my favorite.
Yep.
Okay, well, now that I've made Neil into an international movie star and a celebrity, can he start a GoFundMe?
Yeah.
He could use his following, to encourage people to support you.
Can he use his influence to send me a lottery ticket? Because I need to get out of this little mobile office and get a huge mansion camper. I might set up a dice studio at one end.
I think when I post this episode, I know what the name's going to be.
No, I don't.
Here's looking at you, Neil.
I think Neil would look very handsome as Neil Bond, 007.
Yes.
I think he could do the whole movie by himself. He could. Well, no, we need Tabitha, Miss Spendy Money, Miss Spendy Penny. Who's all her yard.
Who's going to be the villain?
And Pinkover. She's a beast. Come on, you had to ask. What do you think, Alissa?
I'm just wondering what character Anne is going to be as the villain since you cast her in this.
You know what? I know what Alyssa's thinking. Alyssa's thinking, my mum is friends with Joe Bob. Now I know why she drinks. And we do this every week, Alissa. We do this every week. We chat like this.
I very much enjoy it.
Good. I'm glad you came to join us today.
Yeah, and when we have Zoom calls, we get more crazy people on. And sometimes Joe takes us on tours of her town.
That's fun.
And then tells everybody. And sometimes Joe actually Zooms from her house, and we see her.
I can't.
George the dummy. George the dummy.
Yeah, George. With his mask on. He's such a dummy. He's had the same mask on for 4 years. 3 years.
George with his muzzle and his harness.
I want to see you naked bird.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Roger.
You really do.
Roger.
We need a Murray update. What's going on with Murray?
Yeah, what's up with Murray?
Oh, he's gorgeous. He was nibbling me last night. He likes to nibble everything. He tickles. He is now 3 weeks old, and he's a very handsome young merino boy. He has lovely top line, nice thick hocks. Tabitha would say he's a nice leg of lamb, but he's not. He's only little still. The question has been whether or not that he's going to be a ram or a Weber. And I think Millie says that a potty ram, one that you've raised, can be a bit naughty and a bit of a nuisance. And really, like most men, he should have his things knocked off. So that's been the discussion this week. Do we or do we not knack a Murray? I vote that we keep him intact, but I'm not his mother, and I'm not going to make that decision for another mother. That's a personal, individual decision based on his potential for bad behaviour in the future.
Is there a potential for Murray to have girlfriends?
Well, that's the thing. If Murray is knackered, no, he won't have any girlfriends because he'll be the gay guy in the paddock. No, I'm kidding. Don't be offended. Don't write into me. I have lots of gay friends and colleagues. No,
I think we lost Therese.
Okay. No, so I think that Murray is a fine specimen and that he should be shown, and he can't be shown according to my resident chief expert unless he's entire. So I vote for entire Murray.
Well, it's like if you change your mind, can you knit him a sweater with the big Barry Manilow sleeves so that he can?
I was thinking, well, because I'm Australian, I was thinking more like Peter Allen or Peter Allen. Rio de Janeiro, Miami. When my baby smiles at me, I go to Rio de Janeiro, Miami. Oh, don't get me started. Look, Murray's lovely. Let's just say Murray's 3 weeks old. Let's take it week by week. He's drinking lots of milk. He was constipated, but we solved
Yeah.
that problem with a little bit of egg in his
Baby
milk.
sheep do not have to think about this stuff right now. They're little. They don't
No.
need to think about.
You
I'm
don't
just
need to
waiting for
worry
Murray to
about
get
his
big.
future. He's
I'm just waiting for
enjoying-
Murray to get big. Be walking around her house with big sheep.
He is. He's pooping and weeing. He wees like a. I never realised they wee like a fire station hose. He's lovely. He knows his name. He'll turn to you when you call him. He answers
Aw.
back. He's got a goofy smile. He loves having his little chin hair scratched just like I do. Just kidding. No, he's really a sweetheart. So let's just say Murray's going well. I don't know what the future holds, but it's not. He's not going in the freezer. He's not going in the freezer. He's a sweetie. My name is not Tara. By the way, those of you who missed her second episode, you are missing out on a treat. Yarn
Oh, I love her episode.
SH1T.
Tara's the best.
Oh,
I know.
she's the best. So
She
if you
is.
missed that one, please go and watch her. Yeah, so
So
Murray's
good.
great. What else? Change the subject quick. Think of something else. Murray's excellent. He's a
Melissa, tell us
darling
what you
boy.
talk about.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
What do you want to talk
Do you have any pets? Do you have any pets, Alissa?
God.
Sorry,
I have a
I'm just
cat.
interrupting your mum.
my child is my cat.
Well, besides Jaden, but whatever.
Well, yeah. Wise.
So the actual
I'm gonna
child.
send her this.
Given. Given. No, I have a lovely little girl, Linda. She's the best.
Linda,
Linda.
Listen, Linda.
Yep, that's
Linda.
where it came from.
Linda.
Oh,
Yes.
Listen, Linda. You're not listening to me. I saw that little boy and I got her, and her name was Lucy. And no, she's not a Lucy. She was a
Lucy.
Linda.
No.
Yeah, I got her. I was like, "You're Lucy. You're not Lucy. You're
Linda.
Linda. Listen."
Oh Lord.
That's all I have right now. I do want, when we're looking to buy a house, I want to have chickens and I want a goat. Like bad.
Well, Joe knows
You
all
don't
about
want a
those.
goat.
Goats are.
You do not want a goat. You do not
I'll
want
take
a
your
goat.
word for it then.
She has goat.
Oh, okay. So she has
You do not
experience
want a
with the goats.
goat.
They're so funny though.
You need a 6-foot fence if you have a goat. They can climb. They can run up fences.
That's crazy.
The smaller they are, the more agile they are. I mean, Rowan, he cut a leg off himself. He broke his own leg off. So,
Oh.
you know, serves him right. He can't jump fences anymore. He's a bit of a fatso because he can't do the running, sprinting thing.
He's not one of those fainting goats, is he?
I want one of those fainting goats. They're funny.
I know.
Yeah.
They crack me up. He just dropped.
I
You could do
identify
goat
with them.
out.
You could do goat yoga.
Goat yoga.
Oh,
You could do Murray yoga.
I was doing cat yoga last night because I was bent over, lifting tubs of wool and digging to the bottom of these tubs, and the cat kept jumping in, and I kept hefting her out because she's like a giant fat cat, whiskers. And then the next thing, she's on my back. And you know, you get in that situation where you're like, well, I can't stand up now, and I can't reach her because she's behind me. She was standing on my back, looking over my shoulder, obviously disgusted with my amount of yarn in my tubs. Disgusted with me.
She was
It's a good
judging
thing.
you.
It's a good thing you don't care. Yes, but you don't care about her opinion, so it doesn't matter.
I don't care about anyone's opinion when it comes to my artfully, carefully curated
And fluffed.
stuff.
Yarn
But I
collection.
was in that situation where I went back to the house because, you know, my yarn lives in a mansion all by itself. And I go back to the house and David's like, where have you been? And I said, you don't want to know. I've been fluffing the bloody stash, and then the cat stood on my back, and then I couldn't stand upright, and I just had to put up with it.
Can't land on his feet. Just stand up.
I couldn't stand up because I didn't want to upset her, and she's over my shoulder whispering in my ear, "You have too much stuff." But I do like cats, Alissa. I'm surprised you only have one.
For now. She's a free range loner kitty. I don't think she would like it very much.
He's
Yeah, but
beautiful.
that's what we say about
Beautiful
single
cat.
kids.
I
That's what we
would
say
not
about
have-
only children.
Would not have
Yeah.
actually picked her because she's a white cat, and I wear all black and have lots of yarn. So,
Yeah,
but
Calvin.
yeah, I only got her because she has heterochromia, so she has one green eye and one blue eye, and that's the only reason why I got her. She was a nice looking cat,
She's beautiful.
Okay.
and she's actually a really good cat. So I got lucky.
One of my dogs tried to kill her, but you know,
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah. I think she's
Calvin hasn't bitten you recently, has he?
Not recently.
So he can still live.
We were bite free for a while. I found other ways to injure myself, but not bitten yet.
Did you ever figure out when you did that?
I don't know. I don't know. Like,
that
Oh God, Therese, that looks horrendous.
yeah, I fell down,
here, and I was like, "Oh my God, are you all right?"
and this is the inside of my arm. So I don't know how this happened because I fell down, and you would think your outside of your arm would be what? You know?
Your big muscles.
Oh yeah, it's my guns. Yeah,
Your guns.
Hey, Joe Bob,
Yeah.
we haven't seen her mister in a while. Are we sure that Therese didn't get those injuries killing somebody?
True crimes.
Two things. I
Next
think
time.
I think Calvin needs to go to military school, and Therese, I want to know, were you like hanging off a stripper pole or something and bruised the inside of your arm, and you just can't remember?
It was a work related injury. Yeah, I'm on
Well, you know, the inside of your arm like that takes a lot of
right now.
Yeah. I think you were hanging upside down, inside out, off a stripper pole, a dance pole, and you've slid down and injured the inside of your arm. I think that's what happened. That's what's going in chapter 53 of my book.
Probably wouldn't happen if you were.
So we're simpatico here, yeah.
Probably wouldn't have happened if you were wearing a Pinbano station, though.
If I was wearing a Penguano station, my arm would have been totally covered and I would not have been injured.
Right.
See, all the more reason to make one. See, Joe, I'm working on it for you.
We're not doing it this year, apparently. Okay, it's fine. It's okay.
This is a matter of
maybe in the spring. Maybe in the spring, she'll change her mind.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's hard. It's hard not to want to make all the things.
Well, that's the thing. I want to make everything.
Me too.
Yep.
I'm thinking about dressing a loom soon.
Ooh.
Oh, like you haven't got anything else to do.
Nope.
What do you call them? Warps and what's the other one? Wefts. Warps and wefts. You go, girl.
Well, I want to do some dish towels, and there's also a scarf I want to do, and I have the yarns already, and it's some forbidden fiber.
Ooh, nice.
Get out of town.
Look what I found today. Look what I found. Now this is old school. This is the old label that says forbidden wool.
Before she changed her name.
Before she went after her. Yeah.
What she shouldn't have had to do.
This is
I don't know anything about that.
This is from fiber. This is from a braid.
Big fiber company taking on a little yarn buyer, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What, over her name, her business name?
Yeah.
Yes. Back in 2000, I believe it was 2009. she started her company, and 2013, the Woolery sent her a cease and desist letter saying they had copyrighted the name. You can't copyright the name Woolery. That's a general word, that's a word that people use. Does Chuck Woolery, the game show host, know about this? I don't know. So
she should have contacted him and gotten him to.
They did not have the trademark at that time. They got the trademark later, but they were still being jerks about it. And they had more money and more lawyers than she did. And she fought it for a little while, and then she was like, you know what? I'm just gonna change.
It's not worth
So she did. She's fine, and she's successful, Yeah. But it was just such a shitty thing to do. Like, don't go after little people having their business. Don't do that, So.
That's terrible. I didn't realize that, Therese.
What's that?
Yep.
I didn't realize that happened to her. That's awful.
Yeah. It was, and it was really scary because she's an indie dyer. She's a young mother. She's got kids. She's not a conglomerate. She's a young solo person, and some company comes after you. Are you kidding me?
Awful.
But she's doing okay, and she's dyeing amazing yarn, and she's fine.
That's good.
Well, at least she didn't have to fake her own death.
Oh, Mama Monkey.
Like some of those other yarn dyers and designers.
Mama Monkey.
Oh.
Yep.
Last night, when I was going through my books, my Vogue knitting, which is designer knitting in the UK, when I was going through all those books, there was an article in 2008 about Ravelry. I thought that was interesting, reading that, seeing what they thought then and what they think now.
They started 2007, I want to say.
2007. Yeah, that's why the article came out later after they established.
I joined them in June of 2007. You had to have an invitation at the point. When I got in, it was because somebody had to invite you that was already in. It was that kind of thing. Now anybody.
I joined in 2010.
Okay.
So you had to be approved.
May or June? Maybe it was May of 2007. And you had to because I was the way I got into it was I was on the Lime and Violet message boards, and I don't know if you remember that podcast, Lime and Violet. And so we had message boards, and somebody I was friends with on there was a guy, and so he invited me to Ravelry, and you had to wait. You had to wait to get in.
Yeah.
I think even when I had joined, you had to be approved. Like, you didn't get signed up immediately.
Yeah.
You had to, And I found out about it because I was on a message board. I was on a crochet message board.
Recommend
and
you.
Somebody told me, that was still in 2010, I think. You had to get approved.
Really? Wow.
I think so.
No, I don't. Maybe, because I'm pretty sure I joined in 2009. And the reason why I delayed was because I was busy emailing Casey to ask for my business name. Somebody had used my business name as their profile name. And he said to me, his attitude was too bad, so sad, and choose a new name. So I waited. I hesitated for a while before joining up in 2009. But I think the article said in 2008 they had 136,000 members at that stage. And, they were talking about what their goals were and how they were dealing with the popularity at that stage after 12 months. So I think that even though I had the invite and I had gone in and tried to join earlier, I didn't know what my profile name was going to be because, I'd had my business name for so long. I wanted to use my own name. And they wouldn't allow me to. They wouldn't tell me who had it. And I had gone on and there was never a single post no comments, no participation by the person who'd taken my business name.
Yeah.
So I thought that was ridiculous at the time, but now it's a free-for-all. I mean, every time you go to sign up for something, you have
By the
to
way,
try 15 times to find a name that no one else has chosen.
my cashmere yarn is in this bag.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alyssa has said she's lost her internet, so that's why she's.
Well, it was great having her, and she's always welcome to come back and hang with us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alissa.
Thanks for being here.
I got to tell her some backstory on some things because I can see her like, what's going on? Yeah.
Taking jets.
Yeah.
It's like happened a couple times in the knitting world, you know.
That's okay. Yeah. That's
She's
okay.
She's got to watch Knitting Wars.
What does Neil need to call the fundraiser for Joe's?
I'll tell you.
Help Joe.
I don't know.
She's a oppressed woman of no color.
Middle-aged, born in Asia. I'm Asian descent, Chinese godmother. But I've already got a black sister, so I can't adopt you. I've got all the virtues. Going
you are Asian, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm born in Asia. My godmother was Chinese. My first words were Cantonese. The only language I speak now is Pidgin. And not the bird type, Therese. You know what I mean? From Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
Talk pissing, they say. Yeah, look, I've got lots of good virtues. I've got all the virtues covered, I'm sure. Except that I need a bigger office. I need a more comfortable space. If I'm going to knit to my fullest potential, I need your assistance financially, not emotionally. I don't give a shit what you think. I need your money, honey. I need your money so that I can knit to my fullest potential in a lovely studio with heating and air conditioning and good lighting.
Hold on. I'm going on my phone. I'm going to send you a DoorDash.
Right. It would be criminal for you not to be able to knit to your potential. It would be a crime. And it is the summer of murder, so this is the perfect time to have this fundraiser.
Okay. You know? Because, I'm an old girl. I could be dead tomorrow. A bus could run me over, except we don't have buses here. It's such a small town.
But, you never know. Something might happen.
A crazy bus could come through unexpectedly.
I might get suffocated by my cat. My cat might sit on me, and she's quite hefty. And she's jealous of my stash. My stash just doesn't fit in my mobile office anymore.
I think your stash might fall on you. What if your stash fell on you?
That'd be tragic.
I'd be drowning in yarn.
But she might see some skeins she hadn't seen in a while, though.
By being eaten by her wolf.
What a way to go.
Look, I'm just telling you, it's not fair. You're in that lovely room there, Therese, and please, you've got your own space there, and here I am out in the open, out in the elements. It's not fair. It's just not fair.
Send money.
Give what you can. Okay? Just give what you can.
I've only got a Kinder Surprise.
Okay, just give.
I've only got a Kinder Surprise to give me comfort, cold comfort on a cold day. Let me see. What animal have I uncovered? Ooh, this is a different one. Oh, you're going to love this, Therese.
And if you can't give cash, she takes gift cards.
It's got a prop. Here we go. There's the prop. I know that looks like nothing to you, but it means everything to me, Therese, out here in the elements.
What is it?
I don't know. Where's the rest of it?
I'm looking. It's childproof. Hang on, I've got to work it out.
You need a child to help you. Get a toddler. Go grab a toddler.
I can't keep a toddler in these circumstances.
No, she just has a newborn lamb.
There's no toddlers.
Go fund me. Oh gosh, I need a master's degree as well. Where's Alissa? I need the young folk to help me. Oh, I can put it together, but can I? I think I can. Oh no, it's anatomy. Listen, I studied physiology and anatomy. I went to uni. Hang on.
She's a
I'm still
biologist.
having difficulty.
Do you know what a woman is?
Don't you dare get me started, Liz Clothier. Don't you dare get me started.
Just asking. She said she's a biologist, so I thought she'd know. Gee. I want to see what her toy is.
I am horrified when I watch the news, and I watch NBC News. I'm just putting it out there. I am horrified when I watch the news and see interviews with people who are supposed to be politicians and intelligent and looking after you, and they get asked, can you tell me what a woman is? Oh, no, I can't answer that question because it means all different things to so many different people. All right. I've got my animal, Therese. Whoops.
It's an iguana. Is it?
Yep. It's a lizard of some species. It's some sort of lizard.
But what's the other thing that came with it?
Does it hang on it or something?
Like what is that?
This
a
is where
harness you can ride him or something?
This is where I admit all of my failings. This is
a harness or something, right? You
sort
ride
of vine for it to sit on.
Oh, is he? Oh, he's sitting on a branch.
Well, he would be if I knew how to do it. Oh, how goes this? Hang on. Oh, really? Like, come on. Okay. Oh, I need. Or possibly it's probably incredibly wrong. Possibly.
No, it looks like it.
No, that looks like he's sitting on a branch. Yeah.
It does.
A lizard on a log. Okay, a lizard on a log, and I've probably got it all wrong. I feel like I've got it all wrong.
No, I feel like that's what it should be.
It's the trauma from, not having a space. She's traumatized from not having a space, so she's not sure.
Everybody send her money so she can have a space where she can put together her kinder things.
And knit to her potential.
I need to knit to my potential. I feel like you're discriminating against me.
And she needs a shelf where all the kinders can go. Just a shelf for kinders.
Sure. I think this is a job for Millie. I need a kid because my log's a bit. How you going? Okay. Add that to the menagerie. Oh, got me through today.
How many of these kinder things do you have?
Did you really want to ask me that? I had.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
I had two the other day, and that's why I waited to show you. And then I had half a dozen until Millie saw them. Okay, I'm telling the truth. I've eaten 3 Kinder Surprises while we've been talking.
Breakfast
it's true. I'm a kid.
See,
I have dietary deficiency.
She can't afford real food. She has to
That's right.
for breakfast.
Yep.
She can't afford real food. Send her money.
Go fund me.
Send her a coffee at least.
All right.
No shame. I have no shame. No shame in my game. Go fund me. I would like a Wi-Fi ergonomic chair besides this one. Look at this one. Up.
Yeah. I feel like you need like a Winnebago or something.
I know. That's what she needs, an RV.
Yeah, an RV. Yeah.
Okay. Joe Bob for RV. RV for Joe Bob. Make me a sign, a label, a tag. Tag me.
Hashtag.
I could see her in a little Airstream driving along.
Sure.
Oh, it'd be better than my broomstick. Okay, so how many times am I dead today? Neil, Tabitha,
and Texas Peach,
the Beast, and look at the finger I just used for Anne. Look, I went Neil, Tabitha, and I went Anne. Look at that. Oh, that reminds me. Do you remember? Can I show everyone my gloves?
Yeah.
So I really do live in my car, Neil. Hang on a minute. They're just in the back. I'll be right back. They're just not in the storeroom, just in the back
south
office.
wing. In the south wing. Yeah.
That's right. And the servants' quarters.
In the servants.
That's where she puts the random animals she finds on the side of the road.
Yeah, because of course I forgot. I haven't picked on Amy yet today. Hang on, that would be failure, wouldn't it?
Oh my gosh, she's going to feel so neglected.
Well, she is not feeling well, so
under the weather, and you.
Those look very warm.
They've got mohair.
Mohair.
Actually, they're too fluffy. I mean, when you go to cough and fluff your hair and pick your nose, you get mohair up everywhere. So look at that fluff. Look at that, Therese.
Look at that.
Okay, so that's one hand. This is a beautiful Sweet Mountain Crafts yarn, sock yarn. In the Two Sisters and Too Much Yarn colorway of the time, because everyone's making them a colorway because they're so spectacular, Denise and Amy. But do you like the other glove? I'm left-handed. Do you like the other glove?
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? I made this one especially for Amy. I didn't run out of this colour. I didn't run out. I just did a design feature for Amy in purple. See that? Look at that. Did you notice? Everyone, did you notice?
I noticed. Yes, we did.
Because I love Amy like a sister, and sisters sometimes fight and give each other grief. So that's that hand, right hand. I'm left-handed. That hand. Did you notice my design feature?
Very you, Joe.
Out of that.
I think he would want you to write the pattern up.
My kids, because they're sweet and innocent, they didn't even notice that. I had to point that out. I said, do you like my Amy gloves? Nobody notices until I point out that I have a purple finger, a mauve finger. I love these gloves, but next time I make gloves, I'm not putting mohair because I get fluff everywhere. They're so super warm.
Clip in your nose, and then you won't have that.
Look, I live in my car with my gloves.
No tissues.
All right.
All
right. Well, ladies.
Oh, I have to use serviettes.
Because she needs to go fund me.
I even have a straw, a travel
Spend your
straw.
money.
Look, I have a travel straw in here. I
Just
eat
one.
in here. I do everything in here. It's amazing. Well, not everything. You know what I mean?
Come on, you
Look,
guys.
I've got my cutlery.
I'm going to call Sarah McLaughlin and get her to sing a song.
I have to eat my sushi in here.
Your dad.
Is there gonna will there be animals when she sings the song too? Because Joe loves animals.
Joe has animals.
Yeah, I have animals.
Angels. Yep.
Murray was in here the other day, going to school. We went to school
with Mary. Yeah.
Millie had a little lamb who rides the school bus.
Police was whatever.
Okay, so I've covered Amy. I've said hello to Tara. I got to chat with Alissa. It's awesome, and I get to hang out with you girls every week. I'm a lucky girl.
Yeah.
Even though I'm impoverished, and I'm discriminated against.
Yeah.
I have a good life. I have a happy outlook, a sunshiny outlook. Literally.
All right. Before Joe names anyone else of our friends with things like the Beast.
I can't. Beauty and the Beast. DK. Hey, DK. You're beautiful. And
oh, Lord.
Boy.
All right. I think that's a good place. I think that's a good place to end it.
Opinions are Joe's opinions and not the opinions of everybody on this stream.
So help me God.
So help you God.
Back to knitting. Girls, you've talked too long. I can't shut you up.
All right. Well, we should probably end this. It's been a couple hours. And our friends keep complaining that, they have all these podcasts to watch. Clearly ours is the best, but,
Apparently. Don't listen to me.
Apparently.
What do I know?
Thanks for watching. And if you've watched before and come back, thank you.
Subscribe, all that,
Yeah, please do. Because you never know what's going to happen in our little world when we get together with friends and knit. Never know.
You never know. Love you, girls. Thanks for the chat.
And watch out for ladies driving around in their cars offering you yarn.
Be very
It could be
aware.
deadly.
Don't do it, kids. Don't
Don't
do
it. Don't do it. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.